Roll dice, be nice, and stay tuned. This is the Live to Die podcast.
Welcome back to the Live to Die podcast. Wow, what a cliffhanger last week. That was fun.
Like 7 cliffhangers.
Yeah. Everyone just jumped in, started hanging off of cliffs left and right. It was like the beginning of a Mission Impossible movie.
Hanging off cliffs.
How excited are all of you to not address any of those cliffhangers for weeks?
Yeah. Really,
sure.
really excited
That'll be
about
fine.
that.
Yours might come up sooner, Jared.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone else, though, weeks. Could be.
What happened? I don't remember.
Could be anything.
Could be anything.
Could be a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, well, you know what? We're just talking roundabout about the cliffhangers. What we can and will talk about is 2 things. We can talk about leveling up because you're all level 5 now.
yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Hey, were all of you excited? Were all of you ready to be level 5?
Jeez,
Just a little bit.
Ready.
Like the last 2 recording sessions we've
At
been talking
least.
about it.
And
maybe
I think
level 5,
it's-
maybe level 5.
I think it's very generous of you to say that we can go from 5 to 10 next time we level up.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that was cool.
Yeah.
I was feeling really big about it.
Yeah.
The second caveat I'll note, and this is going to be one of those weird time things, because if I have this right, this should be airing in early to mid-September. So by now, this will all be very old news, but we're recording this during the Olympics. Because we're trying to get ahead on our podcast for once. Look at us. We're so adult. And as Jane has mentioned, Jane's a huge soccer fan, especially U.S. Women's National Team, whose game is just wrapping up right now. So out of kindness, respect, and love to Jane, all of us were like, just finish the game. Come jump in on the recording when you can.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is the reason we added that extra seat. Ryan is here specifically so that Jane can ditch recording to play soccer.
Yay.
Or watch soccer.
Oh, man. That's so cool of me.
Yeah.
So cool.
So Jane may or may not be joining us, but we're in a kingdom time where narratively it isn't like, well, what happened to Ari? Where is she? The answer is Ari's off doing Ari shit, and similarly, Jane is off doing Jane shit. But let's start with the folks we have here. How's level 5 feeling? I'm going to start with Jason. Jason, who's always building characters. Jason, who has had level 5 done for 6 months
Nope,
Yeah.
has redone level 5 6 times
in the last week.
in the last week or so.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. What does level 5 Nikolai look like? I feel like last episode you were teasing us a little bit, maybe some cooking. Is that a level 5 thing for you?
So one of the big things you get with level 5 is your next attribute boost.
Oh.
So
Huge.
yeah, it's big. So I took a bump in intelligence for my attribute boost,
Oh, which means a new skill proficiency.
which means a new skill proficiency, which means I took some extra skills. I am now trained in cooking lore.
Fuck yeah.
I learned Aklo as a language,
Could come in handy.
maybe. And just the regular old stuff I added. I'm now an expert in nature
Mm-hmm.
and medicine, which feels cool. I
But were you not you were an expert in medicine before?
was an expert in medicine, but
But-
not nature.
That's right.
Now it's nature and medicine, which is the 2 I use all the time.
Out of curiosity, what was your other boost to? Did you go wisdom or dex?
Wisdom.
That makes sense. You are
Yeah.
a spellcaster. Despite the
Mhm.
fact that you love your bow, you are a spellcaster.
But I also gave a tick in strength
Oh, that's right, because you get a couple.
because I'm
You get 4.
super weak.
I got
like a
5.
baby.
You got 5?
You got 5?
Yup.
How'd you get 5?
I don't know. That's just what a Hero Lab told me.
Yeah,
Seems
Hero Lab
sketchy.
can't be
Trent
lying.
Zimmer
I'll
just
go
cheating.
look at it again.
No, it's whatever.
So I
Fine.
did strength, con, intelligence, and wisdom.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
You really rounded some shit
I
out.
was just 4.
One of my favorite things that I've
I'm
taken
lying.
because we use it so much in this game
Uh-huh.
is I took cooperative nature.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, me too.
It's a good one.
Yeah, so cooperative nature gives you a +4 circumstance bonus to aid checks.
Thank you, Remaster Paizo, for lowering it to DC 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun for me because I do feel like then quite a fun adapting it. Like, I'll be honest, I did feel good being like, hey, what is the connection? If you're like, I do it a lot. Sorry, I just jumped over. I like adjusting it. I had fun doing that with you called for prayer. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Erastil and Kate and Cullion aren't like bros. So maybe the
Right.
DC's a little higher, which made me think a lot of Blades in the Dark, which first says, yes, you can use any skill to accomplish any task. But if the skill's less well suited, it is going to be more difficult
Mhm.
or the success is going to be lower. So I like the idea there of like, that's how I look at it. That's why I've also liked, we talked about it, like, let's narrow the scope on an aid, because then I
Yeah.
can really say like, does that apply versus this enemy versus this situation? Because I think it is fun. And like, there are some people that like, look, if you're like in melee combat and you're trying to like feint with the deceive check, like most of the time it's going to be dead on appropriate. You're in the
Mhm.
right range, you're using the right skill, but I think it's fun. All right, sorry.
Oh, that's it.
Cool. And you got it's a new rank of spells, right? You're at now rank
Yeah,
3
now
spells.
I got some rank 3 spells.
Look at us. We're using the right terminology.
Yeah,
Only a year into the remaster.
I now have 5 healing spells instead of the 4.
Does that number go up as you level up
Yep.
sometimes? I did
Yes,
not
it
know
does.
that.
It does. And I won't spoil the spells. I'll wait till I cast them.
Yeah. I love
Okay.
going that route.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. I mean, like, it's also particularly cool because I feel like when you're a divine caster, it's not like, well,
Exactly.
I picked these 2, so you're going to see these 2. It's like, well, I have a whole fucking
I
list
picked
to
these
pick
2
from.
today, and
Mhm.
tomorrow I'll pick 2 different ones.
Yeah.
Cleric is cool. I
Yeah.
really like it.
I mean, so wait, who all else doesn't have learned spells? It's not by tradition now, it's by class, right?
It's class, specifically cleric and druids
have
don't have-
everything.
you have access to their deity spell as they prepare every day. A wizard, and it's Vancians, so they have to
Yeah.
prepare specifically what they want to do. And if they want to upcast it, they have to specifically, I want a level 2 heal, so I got to put
Yeah.
that there. And then wizards have to learn spells and put them in their spell book, and then they can prepare. Their spell book's essentially their deity.
And they have some like
Witches are the same way, right? Like they can do it from different
Same.
traditions, but they're
Yeah.
Vancian. They're
Mhm.
they're prepared casters, I believe.
They're prepared casters, but they're arcane only.
No,
Yeah.
wizards are. I thought witches could be 2 different traditions now.
Oh, witches can be
Sorry, that's what I meant, witches,
almost
yeah.
any depending on their patron.
but they are Vancian and they're prep, I believe.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then sorcerers are any
Sorcerers are
tradition,
spontaneous.
but spontaneous.
Yep.
But that means although I do love the signature spell mechanic, I think
It's
is very
nice.
clever.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Because I also like
Mhm.
they did it like, this sorcerer is going to be using like this in a lot of rotations.
Mhm.
They're going to be a hammer. Everything's going to look like a nail.
Yep. Like it.
Okay.
It is
Yeah.
cool though that wizards have spells that are feats that are like you spend 1 minute and you can replace your spell with something that you didn't
Yes.
prepare for the day or whatever.
Mhm.
Also, like Trent and I always talk about Rory, who's playing a wizard in our game. And like by the time you were like 12th level, 11th level, I think.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
And like at this point, he's just been like picking up every weird scroll. And that a wizard spell repertoire at high levels is ridiculous.
Really, really, yeah.
Like
And-
carrying a library in your backpack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he's also like rituals too.
Yeah. He also
There's-
he did some archetypes down into the ritual casting. So
That's
it's just
dope.
it's a deep bench for him.
Yeah.
It is.
It's cool to watch wizards because I feel like wizards, more than sorcerers, have to really think about how they are going to force a battle to go into the way that they've prepped their spells for that
Yeah.
day. And it's interesting to watch how much wizards are battlefield controllers. I feel
Yeah.
like we're so used to them to talk about Vancian shit though, like to go back to OD&D and the Dying Earth sort of shit, where like wizards were like demigod rulers of like when you had magic, you were a world power. And I think there's still a cultural disconnect sometimes with Pathfinder players of wanting wizards to be like
Right.
world-ending nukes. When now, like where wizards really shine, it's like they can control a battlefield.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like, God forbid, if there are minions around, if you have something that's like party level -2, wizards just look at a group of them and say, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, actually, any spellcaster. All right,
Right.
who wants next?
You want to go, Jared?
I'll go. I'm next in line.
Sure.
Level 5 ability boosts, Dex, Intelligence, Charisma, Wisdom
That old chestnut,
throughout con and strength, of course.
of course.
Skill increase now. I wasn't an expert in deception. I thought I was, but now I am.
Okay.
That's probably why I thought I was.
That's because you're lying to your friends.
How could you?
So sorry.
He's so good at deception in real life. He deceived us into believing he was an expert in the game.
I just lured you in. You trusted me too much. And so I got proficiency in survival, so that's nice. I've trained in survival now. Got a fun skill feat called Sow Rumor.
Oh, I
which
know that one.
Yeah.
will be
Yes.
fun.
Yep.
So I'll
Mhm.
get to cause my own little chaos if I want to.
I hear that Lucky is pretty powerful.
Pretty great.
Mhm.
That Grigori, he's a real piece of shit. So here
Oh, nice.
Fuck
Yeah,
couches.
he eats shit
Eat pieces of shit for
and
breakfast.
fucks couches.
You eat pieces of shit?
Mhm.
The AP has actually. Did you guys hear? The Aldori Press has retracted their article. They cannot definitively confirm the positive.
That's
It's
very-
very-
hasn't fucked his
This is a very
man.
niche joke right now.
Very
That
niche.
may not be relevant by the time this airs.
It's
That's
like,
fair. That's fair.
God, that humor is so late July.
Yeah, yeah.
The best thing I got though was my ancestry feat.
Mhm.
Oh,
Called
yeah.
Greater Animal Senses. Lucky now has imprecise within 30 feet trimmer sense.
That's
That's
dope.
That's
Yeah,
so
cool.
fucking good.
Tremor
That's dope.
sense?
Trimmer sense, yeah, that's crazy.
That's cool.
You get that as being a lion-ass werewolf.
Yeah.
yeah. Beastkin ancestry line as well.
You fucking werewolf.
Hey, not yet.
You
Yeah.
werecat thing.
Yep.
Werecat dog.
There.
Oh,
That's all. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good fucking
Pretty good
lineup.
level
Yeah.
for me.
Pretty good.
Oh, I mean, and I don't know if you said this and I was zoning out because I was trying to look through my notes. So I wasn't zoning out. I was doing other work. And you were telling me, aren't you also now getting weapon crits
Oh, yeah.
against flat-footed targets with simple
Specialization.
weapons?
Yeah, special weapon common or simple weapon specialization for crits. So that's cool.
Now, isn't that also just weapon specialization? Like, aren't you also just getting a flat bonus on damage now equal to level something? Or is that a different ability I'm
I think
thinking of?
that's different. This
is that from weapon expertise?
Gain
I think it's that.
expert proficiency in simple weapons. When you can critically succeed on an attack roll against a flat-footed creature, you get the specialization effect.
Oh, shit. So you're also now an expert in simple weapons.
Yeah,
So like all your
expert
attacks
and-
just jumped up 3.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm also an expert
Yep.
in perception now.
Oh, nice. Did you get any weapon increase yet? No.
No.
Yours will go up with Archer, though, courtesy of your other shit, right?
Yeah, well, right now the new stuff that for Archer that has come out is not really affecting the levels that I'm at and the things
Okay.
that I've taken.
Is the Player Core 2 Archer stuff some higher level things? Or
It is, but it also just explains things a little bit better. It the way the Archer free archetype explains proficiencies in bows is kind of like
oh yeah, the wording in the OG game would like gain proficiency counts as like so fucking
they
confusing.
basically, from what I can tell, is the remaster makes that sentence easier to read. Not much changes yet.
But it
But
is
it will.
easier to
It
interpret.
is easier to interpret.
You know what? I'm all the fuck here for that.
Mhm.
Make the game easier to play.
Yeah.
Ryan, what about Jonas?
Jonas, we'll be doing attributes first.
Okay.
Plus dex, plus con, bump and whiz. I was a flat 0 before that, and obviously a
What a
bump in
whiz.
charisma.
What a whiz.
I'm essentially a sorcerer druid, so I had 0 wisdom, but I'm skills. I bump my nature up to expert because I feel like that's just the right thing to do. Given it's one of my bloodline skills. And then what else?
New spells. You get class feat at 5th? Or is that
No
at,
class
is it
feat at
even
5th.
levels?
At 6th, I'll get one.
Mhm.
So did you pick up an ancestry
I
feat
did.
then? A skill feat?
Kind
maybe?
of digging into Jonas's desire to really kind of pour over things and really take a look. I took ageless patience.
Ooh.
So that's a +2 circumstance bonus when spending twice the time on exploration, downtime, skill, or perception check. So
Awesome.
anytime if we're searching, if we just want to take a little extra time, I can get a bonus to that, which makes me really happy.
Also, quick side note, since
Yeah.
we're just always gushing about Pathfinder and... So I know you're playing in another game, Ryan. You've
Yes.
also GM'd plenty
Correct.
before you finally got a chance to move over to a
I know
player seat.
I'm playing in 2 games. I don't even know what's going on right now.
I'm so happy for you.
Mhm.
Have you noticed, and this is something I saw right away when I started reading Age of Ashes, was that there are still some things that require perception checks, but especially in the newer APs, so many things that used to be a perception check for loot have become a if they spend X amount of
If they
time
spend X
searching.
amount of time.
Mm.
And I like that so much because like there are so many things in which they're like, my players really need to find this fucking XYZ potion if
Yeah.
they're going to be okay in the boss fight, but like everyone's bombing their rolls.
Mhm.
So the idea that like take 10 is kind of gone. Now it's like, if you spend 10 minutes, you achieve this. And
Yeah.
I like that, like as a GM, it's sort of encouraging the sort of like, almost the Delta Green rule of like, well,
Right.
do you need to make a check? Does it make sense if they just spend this much time that they would succeed at something this straightforward? I don't know. I was thinking about that. Like, that's a cool piece. So I like that they have more things like that. It
Yeah.
also is a cool harkening back to fucking D&D, which broke up measurements of time. If when you're an exploit, there used to be like multiple time measurements. There was combat time, rounds, but then there was exploration time, which I feel like is a fun nod in the
Mhm.
exploration modes. And in OD&D, exploration time was measured in 10-minute increments. So when you had
Yep.
a speed for an original D&D character, your speed was actually how far you can move in 10 minutes. And they
Oh, nice.
also had a combat speed separate from that.
That's cool.
So I think it's really cool that second edition has had to what to me feels like a real emotional callback to the 10-minute exploration measurement of time. Anyway, a little bit of D&D history.
Yeah, dig it. So I got just like Jay, I picked a couple new spells. I am a spontaneous caster, so I only got to pick 2, and I'm stuck with them. Well, I can change them at every level, but
And you get to designate a new signature spell. Do you want to keep those in your
Mhm.
back pocket? Let them out and play? You want to share anything?
Let me take a look. No, most everything for first and second level is the same. I didn't change anything out. I left everything in there because I like it, but I'll keep the other stuff surprising for
Okay.
level 3,
Sounds good.
rank 3.
Yeah, that's right. Level
Yep.
5, rank 3.
Level 5, spell rank 3.
It's gonna take me forever to get used to it, but it probably is also one of the changes that makes the most sense for teaching new players.
Yeah.
Trent, how's Arthur feeling? Wise and old.
Yeah, literally wiser.
Oh.
So ability boosts went strength, constitution, wisdom, and charisma.
I appreciate that as a full plate fighter. You're like, what the fuck is Dex for? It's not for me.
Yeah, not for me at all. I just think it's kind of ironic. He's incredibly good at charisma, but he has horrible charisma, if that makes sense.
He's charming in his own way.
Exactly.
He's a lead by example kind of guy.
There you go. Weapon expertise. So my 2-hit went up 3.
Badass.
God, that's such a big move up for you two.
For a champion's amazing.
Oh, so that's something I bet Swash has at this level as well.
Ancestry feat. Yeah, probably so. I went cooperative nature as well. Increase to aid checks.
Nice.
And then a skill increase. I went expert on, what is it? War lore?
Warfare lore?
Yeah,
Warfare lore?
That's actually one that's important for your leadership position too.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Plus,
So
you can
he's-
now make a living as a warlord. You know,
Exactly. He's spending some time, reading about ancient battles and whatnot.
he's reading Sun Tzu and he's like, "Oh, I should only fight battles I think I can win. Why didn't I think of that?"
Exactly.
Have we talked about that on air? About like how funny it is to read like original pieces of inventive thought that have been true for so long that now we're like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, you weren't doing that?
Like, yeah, like I remember you go and read
Yeah.
Sun Tzu because you're like, okay, Art of War, this is the shit. And then there's like, you know what you should do? You should have more troops than them. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And they're like, hey, hear us out.
Mind-blowing.
Try deceiving them before a battle. And everyone's like, this guy's full of shit.
You should learn everything you can
to
about
know
your
who they
enemy.
are, yeah.
Yeah, absolute crap. How
Some
could
deviant
they?
is coming into the house.
Oh, no.
Really? Should we hide?
Should it be, is it a drunk child swashbuckler?
It is a drunken
Drunk
child.
child swashbuckler.
Well,
Sword
I said
fighter.
adult. A drunk, young 20-something swashbuckler. Oh my God. The delinquent is in the house and on the podcast.
She made it.
Is that me?
Sorry.
Oh,
Jane's back.
I'm back. Let's go
we're-
U.S. Women's National Team.
USA.
USA.
We say in September.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But as you all now know, they just beat Germany 4-1.
Yeah.
In the Olympics.
Yep.
So we're like
Great game.
17 minutes in. We've all been talking about level ups. Jane, I know you're just flat out less excited about level ups than this entire rest of the podcast.
True.
So here's what I propose, and you tell me if it feels good to you. Level 5 is usually just like attribute increases and maybe a skill feat or something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything you want to share, or you just want to jump in the episode and play and you don't really care?
I don't really care.
Cool. This is not the big one. Next level, we'll want to hear like
Yeah.
the feats you
Yeah.
took and
Yeah,
stuff.
especially
Yeah.
This
after the
level,
remaster too.
It's like, yeah.
but like this point, like we're like 20 minutes in. Just play the game, right? So
Play the
what
game.
do all of you want
Yes.
to do next? Like you're in town, you've kind of got these prompts. We're coming out in Rova, which is the September
Mhm.
analog, June,
Mhm.
July, August. Oh, so actually, this timing is great. It's in September, and we're doing September in the game. Look at us. God, we're so good
Anybody
at
want to
video
guess
games.
what
games.
October is?
Oh, this is not Desna.
I got nothing.
Calistria.
Think about monsters.
Oh,
Lamash do or something?
Lamashton.
Oh, that's
Lamashton. That makes
Knock
sense.
Knock's time.
Yeah.
Well, at least where Knock Knock thinks he wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's going on? What's the priority here for you folks?
Well, I think the Viceroy would be very interested in this shit-talking
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
guy.
That
So
feels
I
like a
wanna,
problem.
I would definitely want to touch base with that one guy who's always singing the King song. But first, I would want to talk to the person making these claims that we're bad people. Not
No.
necessarily me. I was just I just work here.
Okay.
An innocent bystander.
Mhm.
That is what a viceroy does, though, right? You're like kind of HR.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so the counselor in your part is a lot more about like the vibe and the will of the people, whereas the viceroy is really almost like an advocate on behalf of the people inside of everything from infrastructure to bureaucratic proceedings, if I understand
So
right.
we would probably work together on this
Yeah,
this
oh,
particular
100%.
issue.
Totally down.
Okay. So I feel like Ari and Jonas will go on a little like buddy cop team up
Sure.
to go like good cop, bad cop this person. Maybe not really that much, but like we like go figure out like, okay, where's this coming from? What do we need to do about it? Figure out kind of like a plan for how to keep the vibes good.
I think you need to good cop, bad cop.
The vibe
Yeah, I
police.
think good cop, bad cop is good. Can I do a gather information on this gentleman using diplomancy?
100 fucking
Can I also-
percent.
Yeah.
Now, is that a secret check normally?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I just like to hold my dice.
Can
I
I
will
also
put it down.
use my new skill feed to sow rumors against this person?
Ooh.
Oh,
So I feel like let's start with,
Let me gather the information, then I'll come to you and bring it to you, and then you can do your thing with that.
you know
Yeah.
what? That's some narrative
Yeah.
pacing that I just feel like,
So we want to start at like morning coffee or something? Yes.
yeah.
all right.
Can I just want to read out the definition of a viceroy?
Yeah, please help me out here. This is what Trent,
I honestly
This is
thought
what
it
I
was
count on
about
you for.
space trade routes.
We can do that if we need to. A viceroy is an official who reigns over a polity in the name of and as the representative of the monarch of the territory.
I'm the fucking mouth of Sauron, dude.
Essentially, so that like if anyone is gone, this person is sort of in charge.
Oh, damn.
I know that
Okay,
in this
okay.
game, it also, you know what, let's bring up the book too, because this is a fantasy world. Politics can be different for us.
Yeah,
I
And
have politics lore.
in real life,
amazing.
oh,
No.
I do have
that's
I was
politics.
going to
lore
say,
in
I
real
think we've joked that Trent has politics
He
lore in
does.
real
Yeah.
life.
Wait,
Yeah.
I don't. I have the opposite of politics lore in real life.
politics serenity.
yeah. Peace.
All right, so the Viceroy plans and implements the kingdom's expansion and development, both in its territories and its settlements. They manage the infrastructure of the nation, overseeing the capital improvements and growth networks that keep the hinterlands and cities the nation's heart, keep the kingdom moving and growing.
Yeah.
That's right. What we said is based on your own philosophy of rulership. You felt like that in particular should be a role that is very much advocating on behalf of the people's need for infrastructure and
For
growth
sure.
versus perhaps an individual ruler's like emotional
Right.
campaign or like legacy.
Yeah.
Because all of you are trying to be a little different. Trying to be a little better.
Yep.
All right, what's that bonus, Jonas?
It's a plus 13 for the
That's
diplomancy.
fun.
All right, because you're all leveled up. Oh, yeah, you got tons of info.
Did you just say diplomacy?
Diplomancy. It's like necromancy,
But
except diplomancy.
Diplomatic?
Yeah, it's a mancer who uses Diplo.
Mm-hmm. Diplo's a really hype DJ these days.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to spend some time, and you hear that he's been in town for a little bit. You're able to pick up that he's quite charismatic, an orator who has been like starting off in small conversations and slowly over the last week or two worked his way up to like street corner oration and conversations. Must have been either have some insight or been taking notes because refers to with some specific detail a lot of actions of your group. The bandits that you, and like seem to be willing to kind of play a lot of different sides. Talked about how like former bandits you've led into your community, part of your guards at times, patrols, but at the same time talked about how many bandits you slew yourselves, claiming to be different, but yourself becoming, how are you any different than the bandit lord who held this territory before you?
We had a piece of paper.
This guy's a busking asshole.
So he's a Twitter troll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there's going to
Absolutely.
be a corner orator in this town, it's going to be me.
There you go.
Yeah. Twitter troll is a very apt description. Who said that?
I did.
Ryan.
God damn it.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Shh.
I could have used this last game.
Well, look, like I said, we know that if one person's getting a lot of patches, it just means they'll have to share them with everyone else.
For
That's
sure.
true.
All right, so that's what you kind of gather. I imagine, Jane, Ari, you've heard something similar.
Okay.
You just kind of, like, you've been picking up on that. You don't have quite
Would
as
there
many
be
details.
any point in me gathering information? Because I have more. What I want to know a little bit more than what he is saying is like, where did he come from?
What's your diplomacy to gather information?
Hold on a second.
Yeah, all leveled up now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Partially leveled up now.
All
partially, completely done and prepared. Sorry, that was diplomacy.
Yeah, diplomancy.
Diplomancy plus 9.
It will be higher.
It will be higher, but I'm
Probably
not
not.
leveled
Probably
up yet.
not.
11.
It'll be plus 10.
Yeah,
Plus 30.
Plus 30.
Casual.
Wow,
5.
yeah.
You're not sure where they're from. They certainly haven't shared that information, and nothing about their person is overly revealing that. But here's what I will say, Jane. This one's just for you, okay? You spend some time around town, and I think you probably manage, because you're pretty quick, you're pretty nimble, right?
Uh huh.
Would you describe yourself?
Yeah.
Quick,
I'm good.
nimble?
I'm good at nimbly dodging.
That's
So
true.
do you think maybe you'd get a look at this person?
Yeah.
And you could describe him to our listening
I
audience?
would
Ah.
love to.
All right,
We got
here we
Nimblemancy.
go.
Nimble
Oh
Nancy.
my
no.
god. This is like Lord Farquaad meets
Sinbad.
Yes.
No, who is the guy that we just saw
Yes.
in Count of Monte Cristo, the movie? Who's that actor?
Luis
Oh.
Guzman.
Luis Guzman
Yeah.
meets
Yeah,
Lord
Luis
Farquaad.
Guzman.
Yeah.
There's
Illustration
Oh,
right here.
he definitely also looks really upset in this illustration. Like he is a guy behind his like phone screen tweeting mean things at people. Like
Who's
he's red in the face, yelling.
there's the guy with the hilarious voice on that What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh my God, Laszlo. Yeah. He's like,
Looks like him too.
you're the most devious bastard in New York City.
New York City.
I'm a normal human man, Jackie Daytona.
He's got a lot of rings. He's got kind of fancy clothes on. His hair is a -5 out
Yeah.
of 10. I hate it.
It is the
Very-
Lord Farquaad
It
haircut.
It
It
is.
is,
It's
yeah.
a bob.
But
for
like
sure.
shorter.
It's not
Yeah.
even a bob. It's like
yeah.
a cheek height, weird.
Like
yeah.
he
It's the
curled
berries and
in.
cream haircut.
he's embarrassed about his ears, so he's hiding it with his hair.
He's got a dumb hat on.
He's a little lad who loves berries and
I
cream.
do not like this guy already.
like
He
to
looks
add-
annoying.
That he has an incredibly punchable face.
Yep.
Mhm,
Oh, yeah.
mhm.
10 of 10 punchable.
Like he goes, yeah.
I think that Jonas and Gregory need to settle this with a rap battle.
That's funny because I wrote one.
Nice.
Ryan's over there like, it's so
Always
weird
Like-
that I wrote that as a scene.
So prepared.
All right, so that's the information you have. And Jonas and Ari show up to a mid-Rova, Shatter Shield coffee work meeting.
We might have a problem amongst the people.
Is everyone okay?
Okay.
I also imagine you've only just recently gotten back to town, Lucky, from
Yeah,
one of your
yeah.
trips to Brevoy.
Well, there's a new guy in town, and seems like he's stirring up trouble. I don't know. Jonas has been looking into it a little bit as well.
His name's Gregory, right?
Grigori, Grigori.
Grigori.
Gregory.
So pretentious.
It's even more punchable.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been. It's just like seems he's trying to rile people up. Like he's upset that we. I guess y'all. Some bandits.
It's you now too.
We did do that.
And then but on the same hand, he's upset that you showed some mercy and allowed them into the guard. So it's like he's riling these people up over here. He's riling these people over here. And it just doesn't seem like he's not offering anything helpful to what we're trying to build.
Should we?
Feels like a bad
People
actor.
are saying that these leaders in town, these great leaders, that they're not so great. They seem so inconsistent.
What are you doing right now?
A really bad trumpet.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Many people are saying.
Oh, and then
Trent, yeah,
he's,
Trent has got this.
Yeah, Trent, you want to just do it a quick Grigori, like a tight 60 on this?
Many people are saying that he's out there. They're stirring up trouble with the bandits. Nobody knows. All I'm saying is the bandits, maybe they were better. Some people are saying, who knows?
Some people are saying.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. What was I talking about? He's also saying that it was very, very irresponsible of us to just like leave for 2 weeks while we
he's
were
kind
dealing with the dog problem,
Never mind that we were, saving lives.
saving lives.
Was this
He's
man
kind of
here
right though.
when
It's true.
he is sort of right? Yes.
Yeah.
But how long was he here at the beginning?
I feel
Or
like
is
he
he
came
brand
in probably a handful of days, maybe a week or so before we had to leave. And he's been here the whole time, like wondering where, he's saying like, are you even the real Nikolai? Did that guy die? Are you a stunt double? Like,
Yeah.
that's what's going on. He's
A
spreading all
hologram.
sorts of crazy stuff.
Did we not pick staff members to hold these positions for us?
Yeah, of course we did.
Where are they?
I mean,
I gave them like a little coffee break like 20 minutes ago.
All
They
right.
should be back any minute. No, I
They're
don't
getting
know how
coffee.
long he's been here. I couldn't really find out anything about him.
I'll go ask him.
Should we bring him here to talk to the council?
He's got an extremely punchable face, I'll say that much.
Should we bring him here?
Yeah,
To-
I think we should, but I think we have a bigger problem.
Sorry, I farted.
God, I knew that
I
was
wasn't talking
you.
about that. I was trying
was
to
for you,
ignore
Matt.
that. We may have an issue with an old enemy. And I look to Ari and Nikolai specifically.
What kind of old enemy?
The kind that tried to burn down where we were sleeping and kill all the people inside.
The Black Tears.
The Black Tears.
That kind.
Are these the people involved with killing my brother?
That's correct.
Yep.
Yes.
Where are they?
Everywhere.
Yeah. I couldn't get one specifically. They left, they killed one of our guards and left us with this little note and tossed it onto the table.
You killed one of the guards?
They did.
This was in Rossland.
Yes. Revoy.
They're very dangerous and very entrenched in that area. I think we only encountered a small group of them.
Yeah, that's most likely the case. But now we're on their radar, so.
We never really found out why they did that night, did we?
I don't think so.
I believe we thought they were just merchants that were hired to do a job.
But we never found out who hired them or why?
No.
You mean mercenaries?
Just merchants.
Just making
Merchants of Death.
Merchants of Death.
Just making sure I didn't miss something.
Mercenaries.
Do you think it might be worth talking to
Chaldor.
Aldori?
Lady Jarmonde.
Lady Jarmonde? To figure out if they knew why everyone was targeted that night?
Yeah, we can
What they
certainly
might
reach
want.
out. We can send someone if we want to, but
They had giants.
I also imagine
Yeah.
you probably would have talked to her a little bit
yeah, I think so.
at the time. Like you were in the area. She holds the charter and like she's very interested in seeing it. So all I'll say is, like you're the spy master, I believe, or whatever the fuck the name is.
Master of Whispers.
Treasurer.
Yeah, that's right. Which I mean, like also though,
Yeah, I mean, I wear many hats.
I think you would have caught up with her and some of her guard. And what she has shared, the suspicion is they know that there's a lot of other entities interested in seeing her pretty broad expansionist campaign fail. Everything from... So the southern state in Brevoy is Rossland, and I always fucking forget the northern state in Brevoy, but it's a different state, and the two have had some power imbalances and sort of tussles over the year. So there's quite a few noble houses that are rested in northern Brevoy. There's also Pitax to the west, all of whom have some pretty vested interests in seeing Rossland's expansion attempts fail. And so what they largely suspect is that especially from what some of you shared in your conversation with that very small giant, the frost giant that you kind of talked to, is that they were hired to disrupt the effort, the sort of launch of the expansion campaign.
Didn't Tartucky have a Pitaxian coin with him?
He did.
That's
Now,
true.
that doesn't mean anything on its own, but it was something you did remember. Yeah, so Germany's still, as of this date, been unable to figure out exactly who hired them, but she knows that there are many who are interested in seeing this expansion attempt fail. So, suspect that there's a connection there.
Yeah.
I want to know where they are. I want to know where they sleep. And I want to know how many of them I have to kill.
We're going to have to talk about this.
Yeah.
Project Scope
This
Creep.
whole...
This is a weird dynamic. Can we just put this out here?
You're being
You
weird.
seem to hate your brother, ?
Revenge
But
is my daily bread.
if you hated him, why do you care about this?
Oh, I don't hate my brother. He's just not really my brother.
Well,
Was. That's true.
okay. Just okay. That's fine.
Just some big-headed thing my dad brought home.
Wow.
Jesus.
Really mean.
Who's Jesus?
One of the
Abadar.
Avatar.
no, we've joked. One of the bandits that you killed at the camp was Jesus. They
Oh,
still
that's
talk
so
about
funny.
one of their old buddies who worked
Oh,
there.
wow. Nice. That's funny.
He always wanted to go into carpentry.
I just don't
Really?
really understand why you guys are so obsessed with Biff anyway.
Saved our
He was
lives
great.
more than once.
Yeah. He
There's
was...
no
oh,
way that's true.
It is true, but that's fine. We can move on.
Nikolai is like wondering if his mother being around is making him worse.
Making him worse.
Like, he seems to be more angry than he normally is.
We have been fighting so long lately. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's
He's
true.
definitely in a worse mood lately.
I'm right here.
I didn't
that's my
say the
joke.
mom thing out loud, but are you doing okay? You seem more upset than normal, which is to say, you are showing emotion.
Oh, that is true.
You don't usually.
Sometimes it's easier for me than other times.
Like now.
now is one of the times where it's easier for me, yes.
Yeah.
Also, where's your mom?
Mommy!
Yes, darling.
I just want to bait Trent into having to do all the voices at once.
She's actually just standing in the back, like, waiting. She'll come and sit
Arthur,
down.
I've got your lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
I got the crust off for you just like you like it.
Tuna salad.
Oh, fish on a stick. Perfect.
Just the way Nikolai makes it. Oh God, it's fish sticks.
It's like cooked slightly differently.
We're
and
like,
he's just like,
so help me God, he better not heat those up in the microwave.
I do believe that that she could serve a good purpose here, if you all would allow it, by the way.
We do have roles that need filling here in the kingdom.
Such as what?
Well, we are in need of an emissary.
It's true. Knock Knock can't keep doing this.
I
It's not
have
good. No.
It's not sustainable.
I've traveled for months, and you want me to travel again?
I want you to travel as your job all the time.
Well, if it's what my son needs, it's what I will do. Yeah, I guess so.
Your son's not the bear.
That's true.
All of us are like, it's really uncomfortable.
Like, oh, damn.
Like,
just said that?
Just a reminder.
I'm sensing
That's
that the room is uncomfortable.
It's very astute of you. Nice work.
In
Like-
your travels, have you ever heard of the Black Tears, Letitia?
She probably would have. They're relatively regional. They're more based out of Brevoy, but they totally would have done some business at some point.
But her in particular, given her background,
Over the last few months of just work and kind of her general professional interest, she probably doesn't know much, but she's probably heard of.
sure.
Just because she's had to stay informed in any part of her life. I don't know how long they've been around. Probably they're not new. They're not old.
Yeah.
But it'd be easy for her to at least, maybe if she doesn't know them exactly that name, she'd know the type.
Sure. Yeah. I have known many unsavory groups interested in chaos, yes?
The Black Tears are the group that claimed the life of your son, Biff.
Biff is not my son.
That is what he told me. I would like you both to know he thought of you dearly.
She actually just leaves the room.
You guys are really, really mean about Biff.
Wonder what happened.
Yeah. So weird.
It's very
We should
rare.
probably ask Arthur. He'd probably just tell us.
Arthur,
Yeah, she really didn't like whenever Biff got brought home.
What happened with all of that? What was the deal?
I don't know. I was like 6.
It's fair.
they don't seem like the family that talks about things.
God, it's so weird.
No, we did a lot of talking.
What did you talk about?
Poisons that can be used to kill people,
Oh.
getting rid of liches, fighting in armies, that sort of
Boys.
thing.
Four jokes this month.
mm-hmm.
I don't even know, dude.
So about Grigori,
Yeah, I guess that's what we do is bring Grigori in here.
I'm just gonna bring
Yeah.
him in.
Gregorian.
You sure you don't want me to go butter him up first?
I mean, maybe you should
Nah.
because you didn't do all of these things that he's complaining about. You know, you could say that you could just try to go feel him out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Feel him up.
Mm-hmm. That too?
Whatever it takes.
You have to
anyway.
ruin
Yes,
everything.
Oh.
You guys want me to go fill him up or what?
Oh,
I hate that
no.
No. No.
I mean, could he be an ally?
Gregory?
Yeah.
He doesn't
I think
seem
we need
like
to
one.
find that out now.
I mean,
If he's,
if we give him what he wants, whatever that
yeah.
is.
I mean, the rumors have gotten back to us. Maybe he could be changing his tune.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting I'm supposed to do a
Clearly.
southern accent.
Clearly a skilled individual.
I feel like Ari is very suspicious of Jonas and like thinks that he's lying about his whole backstory because his accent changes all the time.
Yeah,
She's like,
no.
"Who are you really?"
I'm really from Boston.
It can be good to have people who speak good.
That's
Mhm.
true.
It's true.
All right. Well, Ari, you want to come with me?
I guess.
Good
I
guard,
really
bad
hate
guard.
this guy already, but sure,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Man, you can
I'm
tell him that. I don't
going to
know.
go talk to Arthur's mother.
She looks at Jonas. Good cop, bad cop?
Sure.
All right.
Just want to keep it. You good cop this time, or you bad cop this time?
Ari, like, pulls out her kukri and is like, yeah, I'll be good cop.
Sure. All right, let's go.
All right, well, they head off. Lucky, you said you're interested in maybe sowing some rumors, or are you going to wait on that?
Yeah, no.
We're going
I
to
still wanna
just
say some
discredit
rumors.
this. You're
Sorry.
doing like
You
science.
got that rule up? Because you can talk us through it.
I can pull it up.
He
Give me one
understood
moment.
the advice of maybe we should do this first and ignored it.
I mean, look, the rumors can be planted.
Well, this is like a lucky move. Like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
/ I'm going to go do my own thing.
All right, Lucky, you ready for this? 1 second.
I am ready.
Talk us through planting a rumor.
All right, I'll just read what it says. It says you spread a rumor, which may or may not be true, about a specific subject. If the subject of your rumor is not currently the subject of any contradictory rumors, this takes place as it normally would take. To gather information, usually 2 hours, at the end of which the GM rolls a secret deception check. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We'll get there. It takes, if you are attempting to overtake a particularly popular and contradictory rumor, it takes much longer than maybe impossible. DC increases or decreases depending on how plausible your rumor is.
Perfect. So what room are you trying to start?
I think he fucked a couch.
He can't even eat spicy food.
Nope.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll think of something good.
All right, you'll think of it while we pursue these
you
two.
do that, and I'll
So
come up with something.
He was
Ari and Jonas start rolling up, and you see the man that you described earlier.
And Jonas is like, this town ain't big enough for the two of us.
If you can feel it, chase it. All right, and you see him almost like in this picture, like hand up, just kind of speaking to the crowd here.
There's a crowd?
Like 3 or 4 people, yeah. And who are these leaders who seem to show up each week with more and more coin in their pocket, fancier blades at their sides, while you and we live in humble holes in the ground? And when there is death at our door, a beast kills us, my neighbors, all of you who I love and care about so much, well, then they disappear for weeks.
Ari's
What
like,
happens?
hey, we're right here, buddy. Say it to my face. And looks at Jonas and is
And
like, I
now-
guess I'm doing bad cop.
And now he's... That was funny.
Couldn't help
I saw
myself.
it coming.
And now here they are, and they are just here to...
Now he's German.
He has an accent from just vaguely Europe.
Yeah,
Okay.
vaguely Europe.
Vaguely European.
We've talked about like this region is like east, like kind of northeastern Europe, northern Europe. So I'm just doing something.
A little bit of French, a little bit of everything
Yeah, we're not
else.
too far from Galt. We're like it's like the Netherlands or
Yeah.
like the Slavic countries, I guess. Somewhere up in that direction. He's like, and here they come now, already threatening me when all I have talked about is just how all of us should be happier and more peaceful under their rule, but they seem to profit while we work here and live under them?
We'd be happy to hear any suggestions you might have for how this should go. We just don't appreciate you going about it in this way.
All right.
I don't know. Jonas, talk to him.
And I'll roll up, and I'm going to give him the dap.
The power of the
The
dap.
power of the dap. Like, hey, Gregory.
I think you start going for it. He's like, she comes, her hand on her weapon. I do not want you to step so close to me, but I appreciate your offer of friendship and that you attempt to extend to me your hand.
Yeah, I think I appreciate your appreciation. How long you been in town? Is it Gregory?
It is. How do you know my name?
Well, you know our names.
That
How
is-
did you find our names?
Well, you are the leaders. You are to be held to a higher standard, and including us knowing your names.
So we
Yeah.
make it a point
Yeah, so we
to
make
know
it a
the
point
people in this town.
We value the people that live within these walls, and we make a point to understand who our people are. And we're just coming down here to check in with you because it seems that you, Gregory, correct,
Yes.
are particularly unhappy. So me and Ariadne Vex here have come in person to address your I can't think of the right word. What is
Complaints.
it? Complaints.
Ari's
you
just
hear-
like nodding, like standing behind Jonas.
Do you hear the honeyed words now that they have finally heard our complaints? Now that they deem worthy the things we have to live with daily as concerns?
Ari's just like looking at the people kind of gathered around. She's like, you don't really believe this fucking guy. What? Like,
Yeah. Who are you talking
who
to?
is this?
All right, so here's what I'd like. Jane, I want you to roll an diplomacy assist.
Okay.
You got a strong open, so get an additional +2. Just looking to hit DC 15. No, you get a roll +1. Plus
You
2
said +2.
You're right. +2. What do you got?
Yeah, because it mattered.
It does
You have a
matter.
patch.
No.
What'd you roll,
16.
Jane?
Oh, nice.
What'd you roll?
16.
What was on the die?
Oh, a 2.
Oh, man.
you just had to get that in there.
So I would like you all to know that like Jane wrote on these amazing labels that Jason brought to label the drops, and at one she labeled that particular drop "fuck you all," but two, all of the drops are intact, especially that one because I haven't touched it much. But the patch button and the rule at the middle is completely worn out where I press it. So like, okay, Jane, I rarely press the "fuck you all" button.
Oh, man, that's funny.
All right, so that is assisted. You hit 16. That's an assist.
Awesome.
Bringing in some of that role playing there a little bit for that bonus. And Jonas, give me a diplomacy as you're just kind of trying to talk to this fellow.
We
Asking
just
him
want to
essentially
open.
to tone it down a little.
We just want to open some discussion, open some dialogue. That's all.
Sure. What do you got?
+1,
+1 from
the
Jane.
18 total.
Okay. And this is going to
not
be
great.
opposed by some.
I'm
of
going
his-
to patch that.
Oh.
There's 2 patches that are like underneath that thing. I'm sorry.
It's all fine. I got to clean this whole table up when you leave.
That is so much better. 21 total.
Okay. Ooh, 21 total. Okay. And he's like, well, I do suppose it is nice that you have come to talk, and there I'm sure is an opportunity for us to do that. Where would you like to meet and speak? Perhaps we can bring all of the community to join in a forum regarding these issues.
Is there like a community?
The
She's
town
like,
hall.
Where we
she's
hold our
like,
thing.
bro,
yeah, have
we
you ever
have.
done a town hall before? Like where the people come?
We have an open quorum
Mm-hmm.
to allow for people to come. It appears as that message has been lost.
Ari's like,
so
we
10
do
o'clock,
coffee.
10 o'clock at coffee. Anybody who's
It's a
allowed to
town
come.
meeting. If they want, if
Yeah.
they have business,
When we're in town.
Yeah.
when we're in town.
She's so exasperated.
And
She's
not
like, we do
saving the
coffee
fucking world.
every day.
Yeah, Grigori, for the last 4-5 months, we have been here in town and we have open quorum. We serve coffee. There's donuts. There's cakes. There's pies. Look at Art. There's cakes and
There's,
pies.
well, we can
Okay,
get cakes.
there's
yeah,
cakes
but
and pies.
I guess now we're doing cakes and pies.
You can come. Nikolai is there. He is open and ready to hear anything that you want to talk about.
I suppose that is a start, but all of us have so much to say. I am just speaking what I hear, and what I have to say is merely the word of the people. I am their ear and their mouth.
Where are you from?
Europe.
No, I mean, where did you come here from?
Yes.
Just a question. I just want to get to know you.
I come from these lands, these kingdoms of river, like all of you.
Sense motive.
Yeah. Also, can I just like observe him and see if there's anything about like how he's dressed or anything
Sure.
he has that?
Or yeah, society check.
Yeah.
What's your sense motive bonus?
That's going to be
Perception.
+10 and +10
Okay.
society as well, if that's fun.
And like this person, you're just getting like professional poker player vibes. Very controlled. You're not sure lying or
Sure.
telling the truth. And you're like, it's going to be very difficult.
Politician.
With poor couches.
Yep.
Jane, you're looking at this would be a society check, which was society bonus.
9.
Okay. Nothing is particularly standing out in the clothing. It's well to do, but not so well to do that you'd be a noble. Like the dressing is on par with like successful merchant, but not like exorbitantly successful merchant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost notable for how much it lacks any particular national like things. It uses styles that are either old enough to be from anywhere or general enough to the region to be from like anywhere in the Broken Lands.
I think this guy got hired to come here and fuck with us.
All right. Did you all kind of leave him be for now?
No, well,
Yeah, you've invited him to come and speak.
Is that today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow will be the next
Yeah.
one.
tomorrow morning
Yeah,
at coffee.
tomorrow.
Okay, so tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., come and talk to us about whatever you want.
All of you hear this, correct? They are telling us to come and speak. You all
Yes.
be there.
We have been saying this
He's
for
like
months.
talking to the audience.
Ari's like, David, you come to coffee all the time. You
What?
know we do this to a guy in the crowd.
Ew, David.
I did go once. I don't remember being cakes and pastries.
Well, that's a new thing. We're
That's
just
new.
rolling it
Mhm.
out. But
We're rolling it out. We're going to test it to see if it's popular.
we have a new viceroy. He's already got
Apparently-
great ideas.
Great ideas.
Lucky's going to kill you. We don't have the budget for that. But
Definitely not. Definitely not.
He's been spending it all on haircuts and shaving lately, more than normal.
Well,
Lots of shaving.
wait,
More
what are
than
you
normal.
saying? Oh.
It's
I don't know.
it's
It's just
summer's
summer.
over. He has
Well,
to get
he's
his
got
new.
that cat thing,
called
okay? Don't make him feel
manscaping.
bad about it.
I'm not. He's
But
not
have
even
you
here. How
noticed
can he
his
feel
back
bad? Yeah.
It's called mainscaping, actually.
Arguing on the way back.
So you two are heading back to town. Anyone else working on anything particular in the region?
Can
Any
I
leads you want to kind of pursue?
can I shift my rumor thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I just figure out where this guy's staying?
Ooh.
Oh,
It's like gathering information.
We're gonna shit
You want
his
to gather some
pillow.
information first?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. What's your diplomacy bonus?
Lucky
Takes a
rolls
couple
up like,
hours.
I own your house.
Yeah.
Just purchased the
This is
building we
the
live
deed
in.
to your house.
You're like the Monopoly Man villain.
We need to get Lucky a top hat.
And a monocle.
Yeah. Okay. Diplomacy is 10.
Okay. I also low-key feel like Lucky has the whole like pork pie keeps the sun off my head sort of vibe of Miller a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah, it takes you a couple hours, but he has at least recently been renting one of the rooms in the inn for the past month or so.
What's he do? Does he just stand in the corner and talk shit? Is that how he makes money?
Can I
Feels
go
like
Does he
it.
pay in advance? Is he paying night to night?
You're not gathering information about that. You've already learned your stuff, right?
No, this is just us talking on the way
Oh,
back.
okay,
We're like,
got
what
it.
does this guy even do?
What does this guy even do?
He doesn't
it
even
wasn't in
go
the southern
here.
He
accent.
says he's the. Oh, it wasn't.
Did you just become a little Irish?
I did.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It's just
Steven,
European.
I thought you were dead.
I thought you were dead.
Sometimes I feel like it'd be easier if I would have taken a Scottish accent. It's easier to remember.
If it helps at all for you, for me, if ever I think yes sir and yes ma'am, southern just
Mhm.
comes right back.
Yeah, it just comes right out.
Yeah,
Okay, so he's at the end.
is at the end.
I'm
Seems
just
to
gonna,
have.
I'm gonna post up there all day.
All right, all day. And what
All
room
day.
are you spreading?
I'm not spreading any rumors yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just observing, and I'm like buying. I'm just being very friendly to the people who are here. Just kind of making sure they're fed and have drinks in their hands, and just kind of am observing.
So would it maybe be fair to say that you're planting another rumor of like you being leaders of the people?
Yeah. I think just kind of acting against what he's saying, but not necessarily verbally, right? Not
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna
sowing
be
rumors
like-
specifically.
We're like buying rounds for people all the time now. We're like, bringing cakes and pies to the coffee. We're great.
And I'm also just watching him anytime he's in there.
So I want to hit a button here for some fun. There's a rule for that. Because it's Pathfinder, and there's a rule for that. It even says here, talking about Grigori, a war of words. Rather than confronting Grigori physically, the PCs can use his own tactics against him, launching a campaign of debate and introducing counterpoints of their own. When the PCs do so, they must take the fight propaganda downtime activity to build up citizenry support and combat
fun.
Grigori undermining efforts to bring the kingdom down.
I love this game.
So good.
It's so fun.
That's the reason we have this. Because here's what I'll say.
Lovely.
Play a lot of 5e. I enjoy 5e. But if I'm a GM in 5e, I'm gonna have to on the fly make a call for this. But instead, let me read you the concentration downtime fight propaganda. A PC spends the day working to fight against propaganda and rumors and misinformation against the kingdom. A PC can use deception to fight fire with fire, slandering or redirecting propaganda back against its source. A PC can use diplomacy to convince the citizenry that the kingdom's leaders are making the right choices and have their best interests at heart. A PC can use intimidation to try to frighten someone spreading propaganda out of town, or to make citizens wary about speaking out against the government. All three choices can build
Crush
up
dissent.
support points, because that's right, we now have a secondary mechanic on the side of support points. But the repercussions of failing vary according to the skill chosen. Regardless, there are different DCs and things going on.
Do you ever hear these rules and have the like, are we the baddies thought?
Well, we're not the baddies
for
You have
sure.
choices.
yet.
yeah. Yet?
So far,
Yeah.
we're doing okay.
Yeah, so far I think we're doing great.
It was like Trent and I reading through the fact that now that morality isn't a thing, some of the things that were anti-paladin for the champion are now neither holy nor unholy. They're like the obedience champion.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, they have to kneel or they take damage?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Arthur wants to do that too.
I like it. Should we do a bonus coffee this afternoon? Is it before 4
Bonus
o'clock?
coffee. Yeah.
Is it before 4 p.m.?
An affogato?
Well, I'm going to have to do decaf this time of day, but yeah, we can do a
That's
coffee.
what Letitia would call it.
Letitia comes in and she's like, can I get a flat white?
Yeah.
Do you have almond milk?
Skim milk, please.
Yeah.
London fog.
That should, oh my God, someone keep track of that. That's got to be an opening. What is
What's
your
our
coffee
coffee order?
time order for your characters?
I love it.
Brevin
Okay,
fog.
okay.
And what are your real life orders?
Ari wants like a drip coffee with like 3 shots of espresso poured into it.
A red eye?
Yeah.
A red as fuck eyes.
Shut in the
Or
dark.
just, coffee with some whiskey in it.
Yeah. Little Irish coffee.
Well,
A
Irish
little,
coffee.
a little cadence coffee, they call it.
Hayden's coffee. There you
Hayden's
go.
coffee.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm here for that. All right,
That's
so
your 5th joke this month.
So good,
Yes.
man.
Yay.
You're killing
we
it.
should remember July is the month that I made
Yeah,
good
it's so
jokes.
good.
Arthur drinks the coffee of the day before.
Oh, he would.
Like just warms it up
And
over
he's
the
like,
fire.
this is delicious.
We can explore some of
Don't
this in
be
more
so
depth,
weak.
but I want to keep a couple things moving. So, over the next day or so, what skills are people going to use, and how generally are they going to do this? We can get some dice rolling.
Apparently, I'm gonna make a bunch of fucking cakes and pies and stuff.
Yeah, you need to use your cooking more because I'm gonna have
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Akandayo to go like get some sort of kill.
Oh, I can go with
Oh,
it.
yeah.
To do
Yeah.
it.
We
That's
come
it.
in and we're like, so we talk to the guy and we're going to need you to make some donuts and some cakes and some pies.
And we're having a big roast.
And we're doing a bonus coffee this afternoon.
You haven't seen Nikolai this excited since the day you met him.
Nice.
Oh my God, we could use this season.
Yeah.
Just,
We have so much cleaning to do.
I did so much foraging last night. I am ready for this.
The ice cream.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think this is a day to pull.
Yes.
I think this is a day to pull the ice cream out. The ones with the cones, with a little chocolate in the bottom.
Oh, those
That's
are
what
the
you did.
best
The
ones.
nuts baked in. Comes in a plastic wrapper.
Never heard of
I'm
it.
thinking of a different timeline. Never mind.
Wait.
Those are too sweet for me.
You do have access to cold now. You
I
could
was like-
attempt to have an ice cream social.
I think Arthur's just lactose intolerant.
It's okay. We can do it with almond milk.
It's magically like Halo Top. Like there's not a lot of dairy in it.
yeah.
So Jonas is definitely going to be using diplomacy out in town because I am very confident, and this is both Ryan and Jonas talking, that this guy's full of shit, and there's way more people here in town that can show up tomorrow that will be there for the pig roast, the cakes, the pies, and the ice cream social, and the bonus coffee.
It's not
That are gonna
bankrupt
be
the
like-
kingdom in one
That, well,
one.
Ari's like, wait, this
Meeting
is an
for this
excuse
guy.
to throw a party? Fantastic.
yeah. I'm confident that there's more people that'll be like, that's not true. We like it here.
So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to speed forward and let you know that the next day, coffee comes. You throw a banger of a party, but you know who's not there?
That fucking guy.
Fucking
That
Gregory.
fucking
Gregory.
guy. Gregory.
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 I will say, when you first went up and you were like, hey, Gregory, I thought that it was like a passive aggressive mispronunciation of his name to like put him in his place. And I was like, yeah. Gregory.
And sure enough, he's not there. People are like, without him, not entirely sure, but people are like, whoa, what about the money that you've been using to buy sword? He bought a flaming sword.
Oh, no. He found that off of a skeleton.
I found it in a tomb.
Were you looting our relative? Someone's like, are they looting the old tombs? Are they going to loot our tombs when
We
we
are
die?
not looting. We are.
It was gifted to him by a skeleton.
I had to kill a creature, and I think it kind of bequeathed it to me.
Look, an old dead bloke handing out flaming swords is no system of government.
There's no
basis for a system.
no basis for a system of government.
But like for the most part, it goes okay. Like a couple of his points are there.
What day is it?
I think this probably was Sunday. You know what? Just conveniently, that was
What's the date?
fuck 13th, whatever the second Sunday in Rova that month is.
Today is signing day.
What is signing day?
I don't know. Let me look.
Like for a sports team.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a draft.
Free agency
Festival
period is
marking the
open.
day. Andor and Cheliax, Galt and Isker. It's their Independence Day.
Well,
So that's why we had
it
cakes
does
and
not
pies.
matter to all of you
That's
over
why
here.
we had cakes and pies.
Right.
I didn't
Up
try
to
to
them.
bankrupt us. I was like reminding you that there's a holiday today.
For other countries,
good-
it'd be like Germany celebrating
it's like-
Thanksgiving.
But it's like a
We
show of
celebrate
good
Cinco
faith.
de Mayo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cinco de Mayo.
We're like St. Patrick's Day. There's like we're just here to just celebrate
Everyone.
everyone
It's
all
Cinco
the
de
time.
Rovagug.
Cinco de Rova
Cinco de Rova.
Cinco de
or
Rova.
Rova de Cinco.
Yeah, Rova de Cinco.
If it is
I
the
am-
5th, tomorrow's the start of classes in all of the
Mhm.
places that have colleges.
Oh, cool.
I love Pathfinder.
All right.
It's admission day.
So people go out. You don't hear anything from Grigori till the day after that.
Wait, can I
Yeah.
be involved in the like countering propaganda stuff?
Oh, in a second. I wanted to
okay,
kind of
okay.
give you this so that you feel edified and being like, oh, the propaganda war is on.
I gotcha.
Day
Yeah.
goes by, you don't hear from him. Maybe he listened to you. But that's going to be what? It's on Sunday, so it's Monday. You had the conversation on Saturday. Sunday was the it. Monday, though. Monday, all of a sudden you start to hear words making back. And I do not know what it was, but they tried to silence me. Did you not see them confront me in public? They must have something to hide. Why else would they be coming like this? They have already been too long and too entrenched in their powers. They are deeply in their own pockets. They are the deep rulers, and they have it out for all of us. And the word is out
This-
again.
Go find David. He was at the, he saw what happened.
I want to do something at night.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I think we should go
We're about to
together,
put
in
bars of
fact.
soap in a sock and beat that ass.
You're not far off.
All right, let's go around the table as to what you're doing about the propaganda. Start with you, Trent.
I want to use intimidation.
Okay, you're trying to
I
run
want
him out of
to-
town.
Yes, I have a little something I want to tell him as we wake him up in the middle of the night.
Oh God, this is also
It's lucky they're with you.
Yes.
This is a harrowing tale. This is fucking Dune. This is how leaders in power become evil.
before it's like
Why is it
we
more
go.
fun?
Yeah, right. It's so much better. All Ari is gonna do. Ari's gonna be like, I cannot with this. Like, you guys just, and she's just gonna go and try to, like, make friends with people and be like, look how fun and
100%.
cool we are.
So you're gonna take the diplomacy angle. You want to start
Yeah.
with yours
Yep.
then? Give me a diplomacy check. You
I
got
have to
it.
move the snacks.
your cashews there.
I don't like how you said cashews.
Why did you make that so weird? 21.
21.
They look like
Okay.
shoes.
Cashew.
Everyone, your attempts to make good with others comes off as trite. As in this moment, people are like, yeah, it's weird. It's like they're trying to hide something. Like now that like, oh, now we're talking about it. They're out here all like buying us drinks and trying to party, and now it just seems weird. Like I think something's probably up with them.
So Nikolai, I'll tell you what, Nikolai is going about his business.
Sure.
Like, I don't think that Nikolai changed anything because he doesn't believe this. He thinks this guy's full of shit.
I don't have time for this
I
shit.
don't got time for this. I have a nation to run.
Sure.
So what,
Hell yes.
If you want to make that not a roll at all or some type of like,
Ari
I
is
don't know.
deeply offended that people don't think she's cool right now. It's very upsetting.
And Jonas understands that completely.
Who's next on their check?
I'm doing diplomacy as well. If we
Okay.
just want to keep it in, and then we can
Sure.
let these two, whichever
Folks.
color devils they choose to be, roll it open.
Yeah, go for it. Live your best life.
Do I want to keep that? How about let's bottle cap it for fun. I mean, patch it. It was a tweener, but I want higher.
Okay. Yeah, what happens if you crit it?
Damn
Be
it.
Great, right?
23.
Yeah, same thing. People are like, wow, that's Jonas' character. He's just, I don't know, rubs me the wrong way. I feel like he comes in here, comes Viceroy, and he's like, well, of course a road would be better there. You know, I was thinking about building a house there. But now it's going to be a road. I don't even drive. I walk everywhere. Who needs a road? What, you just walking? Not me. That Gregori's onto something.
I think
Jade
he
is
might
fuming.
be. I think he might be casting a spell over people.
Maybe.
Interesting.
Here's what I'll do for my role, James.
Sure, yeah. What's
In
going
my
on?
going about my business, I'll roll a religion, preaching a rascal's good name about.
For fighting
community.
that's a good thing? Fuck, because it's a rascal, I will let you roll a
Okay.
religion, and it will count as diplomacy with the same penalties potentially.
Specifically, sticking together as a community part.
Okay.
27,
Because we're all in this together.
Sorry. 28.
Ari and Jonas are just trying to come up with ideas for the people. And we're like, maybe we should do a flash mob.
I could charm him.
People are taking to it. They're talking with you about community. You're kind of making a good impression. You gain the party a success point.
Hey,
Oh, thank
nice.
goodness.
You're at -1 now.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? So this one, not everyone has to do it. At some point, you're going to want to just let the people who are good at doing this do this.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanna give him a little night visit.
Okay. What do you do?
I want to
Roll
do
that
the same,
check.
but I want to do so.
Different nights.
Maybe we can coordinate.
Sure.
Just like a fucking Ichabod thing, like, oh, I'm the ghost of the rascal's future.
No, I just knock on the door and run away, and then Arthur's standing
You're
there.
like, I can't get any
With
sleep.
ding dong ditching these fools.
Truly the most vile torture.
I
No, I
will
want-
be using intimidation.
I want you to intercept him somewhere and delay him so that I can go into his room.
Okay.
So here's what I'll say.
Ooh.
So you will. You're not going to be making a check for me for intimidation. You'll be doing something else, but you will get an
Yeah,
intimidation check
I
to
was
kind of
hoping
catch him at the
stealth and
night.
thievery is what
So
I
he's
said.
like walking back to the inn, and I can
Yeah.
pull him into an alley or something.
Ah!
And
That's him screaming as he gets pulled in.
I want to be behind him so he can't see me.
So he doesn't know who you are?
Oh. And Arthur's just gonna say, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for some kind of money, I can tell you we don't have much. But what we do have
Oh no.
are a very particular set of skills. Skills we have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make us a nightmare for people like you. If you get out of town now, that'll be the end of it.
Okay,
will
we're
not
getting close to
look for
copyright
you.
law.
I think you get the idea.
Yeah.
Give you an intimidation check. Remember, we've also at this point fan cast like Alan Ritchson is playing you. So it's just
Yeah.
this. Oh my god! Have you seen the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare at this point?
Not yet.
No.
I'm just
It's so
imagining
good.
the boat sequence.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, wow.
not bad. I think I can do better. I'm going to use a patch.
That's hopefully at some point you'll figure out the DC.
I put that dice on the floor. It was a
true.
20 up. It's
That's
not
a
really
20
doing
now?
anything for me.
Yeah, you've been cold. I mean, you gotta
Oh,
pay
that's
your
so
dues.
much better.
Okay.
Good.
Nice.
That's 30.
Oh damn! So not a crit success, but you've now brought it to 0 support. And he's gonna be quiet for the next couple days. While this is happening, go ahead and roll some stealth for me, so you kind of check it in his space.
Hopefully, I just scared the bejesus out of him.
Yeah. A little bit. I mean, honestly, Arthur's terrifying.
And then, like, a couple months later, he's going to watch Taken and he's going to be like, wait a minute.
That Liam Neeson ripped me off.
How about a nat 20?
Hey.
Oh.
Pretty good.
So you sneak in. You have plenty of time to look around. And you do find some notes. Money coming in trade goods, so you can't tell where it's coming from. Small jewels, other valuable items.
Yeah,
Oh, you
Has
find
them, or
is some-
has ledgers of them.
Bit of both.
Okay.
But the ledgers are written abstractly, cleverly, in case someone were to find it. The only thing you come across is a single note. Parties interested in seeing the nation fail.
Okay.
Tune in next week to find out who that
I hate him so much.
The Live to Die podcast is a production of Live to Die Gaming. Follow us on social media at Live to Die Pod. Leave a review and tune in next week for more. If you like the amazing background audio and music, all that credit goes to Syrinscape. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com.